Okay, so let's take a minute to talk about what just happened. I started wrapping presents and I was fine, perfectly normal, and then all of a sudden it just sort of hit me. I probably shouldn't be saying this with scissors in my hand. We'll put these up. All of a sudden it hit me, I'm just irritable, my head hurts, I don't care, and then I just started wrapping like a maniac, and that happens. So, either one, I get hyper perfectionistic, where I need everything to be perfect, or I hit this breaking point where I'm like, everything is getting on my last nerve, and I just need stuff to be done. I don't care what it looks like. Sometimes this ends up me just throwing stuff and breaking things, which is not good, but just this overwhelming feeling of irritation and annoyance where I just want to like scream or hit something. But then I realize you're not supposed to hit people because that gets you in trouble. And I need to figure out what keeps triggering me to have these like random, just like rage-filled moments. I don't act on it or anything, and I usually bite my tongue should somebody be around, but I very much walk away and just like, oh my god. So yeah, we should probably figure that out, and then maybe I will get my life together, because that's one of the hang-ups I've got. So I've been editing this video, and for whatever reason, the video editor, I mean, it's a cheap free one that you get with Windows, so it's like when you split it,
but then the second one, it just still starts where the first one you split off starts from, and then it just, wherever you chopped off and split off.
And so also going through this, like, I'm at that moment where I'm like, this is stupid. Nobody wants to watch this stuff on YouTube. Nobody cares about me cutting up a cucumber. Nobody cares about me slicing some potatoes. And so I'm going through and I'm shortening it to make it, like, really quick. Like, hey, this is what I did. And then, like, boom, boom, boom. Here's a quick thing. Because apparently we all have the attention span of a freaking goldfish or something. It's like 3 seconds. And then everybody clicks away, which is fine. Whatever. I do the same thing. Won't be a hypocrite about that. But when trying to edit it, it was like, this is all complete crap. Why am I even bothered doing a YouTube channel? So what do you do when you put so much pressure on yourself that you literally just start breaking down? How do you not let the little things that's annoying you freaking get to you so bad? I hate that I have like a major headache just right in between my eyes, and I hate that everything is getting on my last nerves, and that I don't feel like I have the time to do anything, or I don't feel like I have the energy to do it, or I don't feel like I know how to do it right, or if I literally can't do it right, like I'm messing it up and it's making me mad, and I don't know how to just stop and breathe, even though in my brain I could be like, you're supposed to stop and breathe and just realize. I don't know, it's the thing, like, okay, so if it's not that important and it doesn't matter, well then why bother doing anything if nothing matters, you know? I don't know. Alright, none of this will probably make it up to onto YouTube, but at least I'm like documenting it, so whenever I do pull it up on my computer to edit it out, I can at least, like, see, maybe, like, where I'm going wrong in my life. And if I can fix it somehow. But I just noticed the plants need water, so let's just ignore the fact that I feel horrible, and let's give the plants some water. Okay, so now we gotta figure this stuff out so that 2023 isn't the same dumpster fire of a life that's been the past 30-something years. Which I know I'm being hyperbolic. It hasn't really been that horrible of a life. I'm very blessed. I've got a wonderful job, good family. I've got the majority of my needs met. Most of my problems are because of me. But I need to figure out what I'm going to do differently to not make a mess on the table, for one thing. But luckily, we've got somebody ready and waiting to help clean up. Okay, so what is it that triggered me to like get so irritable and spiral? It was going good. I mean, I'm getting stuff accomplished and clean. I mean, is it this fear that I'm throwing away a good opportunity and a good job because I'm so miserable and it's the only thing I can think to help fix the problem is to just quit? Okay, hang on. Let me deal with this. So, I guess editing, it just puts me in a bad mood because I'm so bad at it and my life looks so terribly boring. And I'm like, well, I need to do something. And this is good and holding me accountable, even if nobody else in the world watches this stuff. But I keep having the same problems. Okay, so it's this contradictory thing of simultaneously being, please somebody help me, I just need a freaking hug. And then at the same time being, I need everybody to shut up and leave me alone. And I don't, neither thing makes me feel better. I can't get this, hang on. I can't hold this and try and talk. But then again, why am I bothered trying to make sure that it's filming something interesting? Because I'm probably never going to see the light of day. And if it does, oh my gosh, I am for sure certifiable and need to do something about that. Yes, I suck at filming stuff. Yes, I have a very boring life. Nobody's going to want to watch stuff. And yes, I'm terrible at editing and it takes me forever. But I'm kind of enjoying it. I like having a little bit of an accountability to, oh, I've got to do stuff because I'm going to film it, even though I cut most of it out because it looks so dumb and boring. I have got to where I've just sort of sped it up to where it's like, it's in there, but it's just really fast so nobody's bored to death. We're going to get some candy. Bored to death, watch me doing nothing. Here's this peanut butter cup. Santa. Okay. Doing boring stuff. Like, eventually, I want to get it to where, like, me learning how to cook. That could be interesting. Very much a train wreck. I'm going to have more of these episodes where trying to chop something or cook something and it burns or it tastes terrible afterwards. And I'm going to have another spiral and a meltdown. But maybe I need that sort of practice to get me more level emotionally and not be so reactive. Be a calmer human being. I don't know if talking about it's making it better or worse, because I feel like I'm on the verge of tears again. I'm just going to start crying again. Or scream at the top of my lungs like I'm a psychopath. You know, one or the other. Okay, so editing the video that started the meltdown. I think the thing is, I need to figure out what it is I want. Okay, so I'm not doing a how-to. I should not be teaching anybody how to do anything in life. So I need to just get rid of all this. Now maybe I could do a short where I have it, but I mean even then, that's nobody wants to see you cut 500 tomatoes in half. It's annoying on the editing side, so I might need to just stop and be like, okay, that's one little clip or break or whatever, and then just trim off the front and end. I mean, maybe I do it weird that people would be interested in, but I don't think so. I mean, you take an avocado, you cut it in half, you pull off the skin, you get the pit out, try to get the pit out, struggles. I'm not teaching a how-to. I don't need to prove that I know how to cut an avocado badly. Though I do like the little clacky noises, which is why I might make a short, because that might be cool. But then again, I'm not trying to be an ASMR channel. Why? We're just going to delete this whole thing. We're not even going to try and waste time editing it, because that's not what we're about. We're just giving you a little bit of what I'm doing in a day. We're not, no. Just basics. Easy little B-roll stuff. Nothing complicated. 4:24. Goodness, it's a long day. Alright. Taking a break from editing from the past hour. Some of the captions in the video that I'm editing are kind of all over the place. And it makes me look like I'm crazy, which I might be. But I think I'm going to leave it in there. God, that looks so bad. Look at that. That's dirty. I'm nitpicking at everything. Everything's getting on my nerves. It's one of those days. Okay. So, yeah, I'm making a bunch of random comments, and we're going to post the video as is and kind of see. I mean, nobody's watching it right now, But should it ever pick up traction that people are watching it, wonder how many people actually watch the video to read my weird captions that I put on there. I had started editing it a couple of days ago, so some of the captions are very normal, like my usual stuff. And then just randomly I went through and added some of the cuts that didn't have any captions, which is kind of off the wall comment. Well, not off the wall. It's like doing the dishes and like, does anybody actually care about watching me do dishes? That's so good. If you haven't tried that, try that. So, I want to do YouTube because it seems fun. I do enjoy trying to learn how to film and set up shots, even though I'm just doing it with my phone, not like a real camera. I do enjoy learning how to edit. I'm very bad at it. I just don't quite know. Like, I figured, okay, YouTube. Well, I spend most of my time watching YouTube, so why not make something on YouTube? And so I started out just kind of like, well, what do I usually watch? I watch cleaning things because it motivates me to clean my house. So I kind of started doing that, like, oh, here, I need to clean this house because it looks horrible. And then I like a lot of vlogs, see how people live their lives, see what I'm doing wrong, what I could be doing better, differently. And of course, I watch a lot of comedians and musicians, but I'm not talented enough to be funny or make music. I'm definitely not as smart or as informed as some of these people who can, like, have their YouTube where they react to stuff or they tell you about things or how-tos and give you advice.
What do you see yourself as? Like someone who just needed to communicate. Like, was just like, I need to talk to somebody because, like no one understands me for who I truly am. It's like, oh, yo, you're that weird kid who puts on, like, makeup and is a bit mental. You'll grow out of that. I'm like, will I? I don't want to. You know what I mean? It was kind of like that for, like, I don't know, 15 years. I was like, I just need to be able to talk to someone.
Maybe that's why I'm doing YouTube, because I just desperately need to talk to somebody. I don't know. Like, so much stuff that, I don't know. I can't even finish a thought. Okay, so if I put this on YouTube, somebody out there is going to relate to it. Have some sort of, like, oh, I don't know, like, this, not the same, but, like, can understand. I don't know. I can admit right now, the one thing that I know for sure is that I don't know. I do know that I feel like the YouTube thing could be very good. I don't know what direction it's going to go. It's never going to make me like $1 million. If it does, that's ridiculous. But I feel like it could help me. There's spider webs. Well, I'm easily distracted and now I'm growing a habitat for spiders on my basil. That's still flowering. That's pretty. Okay, back to having a crisis. Okay, wait, no. I think I'm kind of over my crisis. Or at least the worst of it. Now I'm on to figuring out YouTube. Rinse this off. Well, we're dripping water because we're in the teens right now and we don't want the pipes to freeze, apparently. And so I've been using it as a way to, like, slowly rinse off my dishes. I just sort of put it in the middle and let it build up to kind of soak it. Anyways, okay. How weird it is that I'd be more okay being so honest and vulnerable with a whole bunch of strangers on the internet than I would be with the people actually in my life, to let them know what I'm thinking and feeling. Ugh. I mean, I tell these guys, but they don't have any good advice for me. But they're great listeners.